First, let's open up the view you created earlier at level 2800. Under Window, select Tile vertically. Open the Properties for Concrete Beam from the ribbon by holding down the Shift key. The profile should be 600 by 400. The depth for the beam should be set to front and 0. Let's add beams to the model. In the Plan 2800 view, add a beam between A1 and B1. To create a beam, pick the start point and then the end point. You can also pick a start point and enter a value to define the end point. Create a second beam from B1 to C1. Interrupt the command. Now, let's again use the Copy tool to create beams to grid lines 2, 4, and 5. Use a selection filter, Beams, to select the beams from the model. Selection filters are useful when selecting parts from a model that has a lot of different elements. Drag the mouse around the beams. Then, using the Copy tool, copy the beams to grid lines 2, 4, and 5. Next, create beams in the other directions, between grid lines A1 and A2, AE2 and A4, and A4 and A5. Interrupt the command. Next, copy the beams for grid lines B and C. Finally, interrupt the command. Remember to set the selection filter back to standard. On the Edit tab, click Line Cut. Pick the part to cut, then 2 points to create the cut line. Then, pick the side you want to remove. Interrupt the command. On the Edit tab, click Fit Part End. Pick the part to cut, the points for the cut line, and the end of the beam is cut. Interrupt the command. To modify the length of a beam, drag the handle at the end of the beam to where you want it. Press the Escape key on your keyboard to end the command. On the Edit tab, click Part Cut. Pick a part to cut, and then the cutting part. You can select multiple parts to be cut by the cutting part at the same time. Let's use this to cut the rest of the beams in the model. When you're done, interrupt the command.